Welcome to Crosstalk, the podcast where business stories don't just get told, they come alive. This is your front row seat to the incredible journeys that shape thriving businesses and ministries. Every episode, we sit down with inspiring business owners, ministry leaders, and artists to uncover their beginnings, the story behind their brand, and their vision for the future. It's all about real conversations, genuine insight, and a whole lot of inspiration. Hey, what's up, guys? It's David Madera, your host, fellow entrepreneur, and biggest fan of a good success story. And this week, I had the privilege of sitting down with Annie Schlegel, the owner of Sweet Impressions Travel, to talk about her journey in the travel industry. During our time together, Annie shared about the COVID pandemic and how it revolutionized the travel industry, and how she was able to use the pandemic to jumpstart her own business of Sweet Impressions Travel. Annie also shares some tips about how to avoid scams when it comes to booking your next trip. And she also shares some of her personal favorite destinations that you're definitely not going to want to miss. Now, a fair warning for this week's episode, there are some side effects, and they include most likely wanting to go out and booking your next flight. So if you're ready for an all-inspiring conversation that will most likely inspire you to want to go out for your next trip, don't miss this week's episode. So without further ado, take it away. And Annie, how did you get into travel?
So about 14 years ago, I was looking for a full-time position.
Okay.
My kids were kind of getting to the point where they were going to be in school full-time, so I was going to get back into, working.
Okay.
So I saw an ad from Liberty Travel.
Okay.
I applied to the ad with Liberty, got the position, and that was history. Like, I was with Liberty Travel for up until the pandemic. And then with the pandemic, due to COVID, travel changed drastically.
Yeah, really tough to be in the travel industry when the whole world gets shut down. Right?
Yes, it's very, very difficult to be in the travel industry during that time frame. But yeah, so I had to do something different. Liberty Travel laid off. So at that point, I decided I was going to go independent.
Okay.
Did some time independently with Independent by Liberty Travel. It's kind of like their subdivision of Liberty Travel for independent advisors. And then a couple years ago, I decided I was going to actually brand my business and start looking to grow a little bit more in Berks County.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got my start.
Okay, great. So definitely have a lot of experience in the travel industry then with over 14 years. And I kind of want to go back to the pandemic part of it, because I know we just briefly touched on it, but how did that even work for you guys then? Like, in being in the travel industry when, the government's saying can't even do cruise ships, can't do no planes outside, like countries shut down being able to travel from country to country. So what did that look like for you guys? How do we still even have travel agencies around, because that business model, I would assume, got hit probably one of the hardest in that industry, in that time frame.
Definitely. It definitely impacted travel overall. Very difficult time frame. Like, yes, a lot of companies did close. A lot of smaller offices, smaller shops closed. I mean, even Liberty Travel themselves closed multiple offices. Wow. And a lot of people started working from home. It's difficult because, like, our world just stopped. Like,
right.
The income, obviously, we get paid when people are traveling. So when the world shut down, like, my income ended, layoffs happened, cruise lines stopped cruising, flights got drastically cut, planes weren't flying. It was definitely an interesting time frame for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, people never stopped wanting to travel. So some people did local stuff as much as they could.
Yeah.
And as the world started opening back up, we just had to look at different things. Like, what did you need to do in order to visit this country or that country? Did you, have to be vaccinated? Do you need to have certain paperwork? What is it that was required from a travel sense so you could go visit where you wanted to visit?
Yeah.
But as we came out of the pandemic and things started opening up, people got more confident. People realized that, time's important, and spending time with family, and maybe that's what traveling is important to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was an interesting time frame for everybody.
Yeah. And in that process, that's when you decided to open up Sweet Impressions, right? So
Correct.
most people in that time frame, I'm assuming in that industry, were looking at closing down and how to do it. And you go to, well, this run the course and then starting your own thing. So how did that decision come to be? And then how did you end up working through that to get to owning your own travel agency?
Yeah, I felt like I needed to do something. Like, I didn't want to be laid off. I didn't want to not work. It was important for me. Like, it really was a little depressing when I got laid off. And I really didn't know how my world was going to evolve.
Right.
Because of the pandemic. So, I saw an opportunity to go independent. Decided to jump on that opportunity and, really explore that. I ran businesses. I ran offices when I was with Liberty Travel. I was up to a team leader. So I knew the business basics of running my own business.
Yeah.
I just needed to take the time to do it and find the money to do it.
Right.
And I just really wanted to be there for my clients, to be honest with you. I had people that were reaching out. When are you going to be back? I want to book something. I want to travel. So it was just taking the leap and going independently, which I did. I didn't develop Sweet Impressions Travel right away. I kind of just worked underneath my own name. A lot of people, if they search my name, they know me. But then I decided, a couple years ago that it's time to maybe buckle down and start expanding and doing some new things. And that's when Sweet Impressions Travel came around.
Great.
Yeah.
And how did you get to the name Sweet Impressions?
Oh, the name. Well, that's a bit of a story. So I actually had a different name that I was working with.
Okay. What was that name, if you don't mind me asking?
It was Just Keep Traveling.
Just Keep Traveling? Okay.
Yes.
That does have a little bit of a ring to it, I will say.
It does. So I used to say Just Keep Traveling with Annie, and that's where that kind of came from.
Yeah.
And it came from the pandemic. Just keep traveling with Annie. Like, just keep traveling because we're going to get through this.
Yeah.
But I decided to change the name. There's some other companies called Just Keep Traveling outside of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I didn't want any confusion.
Gotcha.
So I had to rack my brain a little bit, and that's where I came up with Sweet Impressions Travel.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that I think it's very unique because it really just, I think it encompasses everything that you give to your clients when you work with them. And I also do like the play on the word sweet too, because it's sweet, like the hotel suite, right?
Yes.
But Sweet Impressions, if you're traveling, it's going to be sweet, SWEET as well. So I like that, which is great. So landed on Sweet Impressions, staying away from Just Keep Traveling, which understandably so.
Yeah.
So now you have the name, you've been doing it on your own for a while. What has been one of the biggest challenges that you've seen going from working in a already established business, Liberty Travel? That's pretty much a household name for the travel agency in the travel world, to now you're doing it on your own. What was the biggest shift that you had to see in yourself and in the work itself to be able to do that?
Yeah. So the biggest shift, honestly, is wearing all the hats, because you have to do it all, right?
Right.
Having Liberty Travel was nice because, you had all that support from marketing and different things to that nature, and getting your name out. Like, Liberty Travel was a household name.
Right.
So now I am working to try to make Sweet Impressions Travel at least a household name here in Berks County. And not just Berks, but Schuylkill County. Like, I have a lot of clients from all the surrounding counties and across Pennsylvania, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just trying to do the best I can with the marketing, trying to make sure people are aware that I'm here. Now that I've started the partnership with Leo Design Gallery, and I have this, office space that I can sit down and meet people again.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. Like, I was home based for the pandemic, and then after the pandemic, which was fine. It's easy to, communicate through email, but I miss that face-to-face communication with people.
Yeah.
I feel like for them, it's easier. Like, hey, can I come in? Can we talk about this? And can we look at this on a map?
Yeah.
Than it is to sit here and snip different things from the computer and send it in a big email and have phone conversations and Zoom calls and all that. So, looking forward to having more people come in and sit down with me and let's talk about what you want to do next for travel.
Yeah.
So miss that face-to-face contact, and I'm looking forward to having that again.
Yeah, I think that's super important in business in general. I mean, I know for myself, I can't even imagine having to, I personally absolutely just despise having the email back and forths. I would so much rather just be like, are you free right now for like 30 minutes? We'll figure everything out versus the sometimes 4 days plus email back and forth trying to get everything figured out. It's just, it makes that huge difference. So how did you get connected with Leo Design, and how did that come to be? Because I personally, looking at, and I can let you explain what Leo Design is a little bit too if you want, but having that partnership and you being in their shop, I think is a beautiful connection to have for both of you guys. Yeah. So how did you guys get to now Sweet Impressions is in Leo Design Gallery?
Yeah, so I'm a member of the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Back in the fall or winter, Leo had a chamber event here.
Okay.
And I got a chance to meet Heather and Greg. And their beautiful gallery, obviously, is such a great space. And I was like, wow, I mean, I think it would be awesome to partner with Leo Design Gallery because they work with different, brides and grooms for their wedding planning. They do the flower design here for weddings. They help plan a lot of events in Berks County in general.
Yeah.
And I just thought it would be a great opportunity for us to partner together. Yeah. Let me be here to help their, brides and grooms for their honeymoons because they have so much other things that they offer here. Let's just make it all pretty in a bow.
Yeah.
Like one-stop shop, kind of.
Right.
And easy for their brides and grooms. But yeah, so we had a few discussions about it, and decided that this could be a good space and it could work out for both businesses. Yeah. And that's where I'm at. So I have this beautiful office now, and here, not only for their clients, but my clients as well. It works out well because then my clients find out too what Leo Design Gallery is all about. A lot of people don't necessarily know that they're here or that they do have flowers available for sale. Right. So I think it's a nice partnership between the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get much better when you come to a place to plan your wedding and then, oh, well, now I can plan out my honeymoon too, right? Yes. At the same place, one-stop shop for everything in that next chapter of life, which is great.
Right. I think it's a good it's a good trade-off, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So Leo Design Gallery is in Wyomissing, right off of Penn Ave. Really hard to miss, especially with the big flower sign outside. So definitely recommend swinging by and checking it out when you can. But so talking more about the travel side of things. And of course, now partnering with Leo Design and for the wedding, I'm sure people come to you for wanting to plan and schedule their honeymoons. But what other reasons do people reach out to a travel agent?
Yeah, so people are always curious about what a travel agent does for them, I feel like.
Yeah.
So I'm here to help them guide through their travels. Like, I can help them plan it, not just honeymoons, but sometimes people are looking to just do like an anniversary trip or maybe a family vacation. There's a lot of people that want to travel solo. They might not have anybody to travel with, but they don't want to stay at home and wait. So there's solo trips. Like, we plan for anybody. And sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. We plan for everybody, but also what we do is we help them not only navigate their plans, but we're here for them if there's any issues. So like the flight cancels, or they have any issues like in destination. Sometimes people fall, sometimes people get sick. Like, we're here to help them navigate those kind of difficulties they might have during travel. Yeah. And honestly, I can plan a trip a lot faster than somebody else can plan a trip. So it's really time saving for any professional or anybody that's looking to go somewhere. Yeah. Like, you have to sit there and do all the research. Well, I vet these places. I have a list of hotels and suppliers that I work with. Somebody comes to me and says, oh, I want to go to an expedition cruise. Well, I can kind of guide them and say, this is some of the things you want to look for. Yeah. The other thing is, travel scams are really on the rise. We all get those emails, text messages. Oh, we need to get your package to you. Same thing happens in travel. Like, you might have booked a cruise with the cruise line, and somebody's calling to pretend to be that cruise line, and you're giving them information about your trip that you shouldn't be giving them. So, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to working with a travel advisor. We're here for you. We're here to help you. Yeah.
The travel scam actually was something that completely went over my head, because that was never something that I was even thinking of, but that makes a ton of sense, because I can remember back to, and we talked before of my trip that I planned to Dallas a few years back. And on the time saving aspect, on a side note, I 100% can agree with the time saving piece and everything, because that was like I said, that was like a full-time job for a while, of trying to plan everything out so that, to make the most of the time that I was going to be in Texas for the conference. So, but yeah, I mean, I can also remember people reaching out about the airfare and just wanting to get out. Like anything else, once you start like searching something, you start doing something different. It's funny that the scammers always just seem to kind of find their way in. So,
right. Yeah.
So then, by somebody going through you, I'm assuming all those scam things kind of come to you then? And
correct. So you're not getting, or even you're not getting the confirmations or the phone calls, or, even if you would happen to get it, you would be like, oh, let me call my travel advisor and find out. Yeah. So that's what we're here for, really, is to, help you guide through some of those things. Like, I should be your point of contact, not somebody calling you to say, oh, there's a problem with your reservation. I need your credit card information. Because some people give it to them, and then they cancel the reservation and put their card on it, and that money is going back to their card. So there's a lot of things that go on in travel in regards to scams. And working with a verified travel advisor like myself, we're here to help you not fall for those tricks. Like, I would be your point of contact. If there's a problem, you would hear from me, not from somebody else.
And that's extremely comforting to have that peace of mind, being able to go into, especially if you're going somewhere you've never been before and you're planning this trip for your family, honeymoon, whatever the case would be. And, I think whenever you do something new, there's always those, am I doing it right? Am I doing this? And going to somebody that has the expertise, that you said you've already vetted most of the hotels, the resorts, airlines, like you've vetted everything. Right. You know the best ones to work with. You've worked with them personally, and now you can show them all those options and be like, yeah, these are the ones that I would recommend. And just give them that peace of mind for travel, because I know people travel for business and everything, but I don't think anybody enjoys the traveling process. You know what I mean? And to have somebody that can take that peace of mind and to give them that peace of mind and take away the hassle and the chaos that can come with it, I think is extremely invaluable.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if somebody's traveling and like I said, that they have an issue, or maybe, it's not even a major issue. It could just be, oh, I arrived in my hotel and I'm not getting the room that I expected or that I paid for. Like there's somebody to call and, help you through that process and take care of those details for you.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I'm here for.
That's great. And speaking of some of the places that you've vetted and things like that, where are some of the more popular? I mean, we're in end of July going into August, so where are some of the hot destinations to go to right now? Where are you working with some of your clients to go?
Yeah, so I plan a lot of Caribbean and Mexico, obviously.
Okay.
Just because a lot of honeymooners like to go to the Caribbean and Mexico. Yeah. But you also have a lot of European destinations, like a lot of them like to go to Europe. River cruising is very popular through Europe.
Okay.
So that's very different than like a big ocean liner cruise.
Right.
So that's becoming more and more popular. A lot of people want to check out expedition cruising, check out the Arctic or Antarctica, a lot of Alaska bookings. So, I mean, I can help somebody get wherever they want to go.
Yeah.
There's no limit. I would say, I do have another girl that works with me. Her name's Sharon. She likes to do a lot of the Disney stuff and the Universal things. She's a big hiker, so she does a lot of, national parks as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, we really handle everything. I'm a little more Caribbean and Mexico and Europe. Europe is very popular for me.
Okay.
But yeah, we can help with anything.
Nice. Now, I would assume if you're in this industry that you also like to travel yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are some of the favorite places that you've been? I know you just recently got back from one as well, right? Not too long ago?
I did. I just recently got back from Croatia.
Okay.
Which was amazing. I spent 2 weeks in Croatia. I spent a little time in Dubrovnik and a little time in Split. And then in between Dubrovnik and Split, I did a 7-day sailing around the different islands.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. And it was on a small ship. It only holds about 19 cabins, so like 30 to 35 people. A great way for, a family to get together and see a destination. I mean, multi-generational trips are very popular for a lot of people. Grandparents want to take, the family and the kids and all the grandkids. Like that would be an awesome experience, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was amazing. Croatia is definitely high on my list. I'm actually going to be in South Africa in September. Can't wait to check that out.
Okay.
But yeah, travel's like, it's in my blood. I love to do it and I want to share it with people. I want to, others to be able to experience different culture, different experiences. Last year I went to Peru. Amazing. Like, it's just the things you see and the things you learn. Like travel really does make you rich in that type of aspect. Like you really get to see a lot and experience a lot.
Yeah. And was that something that you had pretty much your whole life, that ambition to travel, or did that come from when you started working with Liberty?
So I've always enjoyed travel.
Okay.
It's something that my family really couldn't afford to do when I was younger.
Okay.
We did a lot of local driving, type of trips.
Right.
My boyfriend back in high school, actually, his family went to Mexico. And that was the first time that I really had an experience traveling internationally, like with a different culture. We went to Cancun. And ever since then, I've had the travel bug. Like, I've gone, numerous times to Mexico at that point, Jamaica, a lot of the different Caribbean islands, Jamaica, Aruba. But that's kind of what really started it, was that first trip when I was in high school outside of the country.
Yeah, it kind of gave you
It gave me the bug.
Yeah. I've never heard that term before either, which is great. Yeah, but I can only imagine. I've never been outside the U.S., but I also can relate growing up, travel wasn't necessarily something that we did much.
Mm-hmm.
So we did more of the driving stuff. So we would go to Vermont. I remember we would go to Baltimore quite a bit. Once we went down to Nashville. So we just kind of stayed in the little East Coast section.
Yeah.
Didn't really get too far away from it. But then being an adult and through my work, I was able to go to my first ever time on an airplane. I flew to Miami for a work trip. And then I think it might have been the next year I was in Hollywood and was out in California. Then I was down in Texas. Those are actually the only trips that I've actually really taken. But
well, we got to get you out.
we do that. Yeah, for sure. But even just like going farther away from home, I know like, I'm like, it hit me with at least the domestic bug of like, wow, like there's so much to do even in the United States that is not just in Berks County, Pennsylvania.
Correct. To
go out and explore and to see. And it's fun.
Yeah, it's
fun. Even when I was going out for work stuff, it was extremely fun to just, when you'd have the downtimes, just to have that different scenery and to meet the different people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if somebody is not, like, us in Berks County, sometimes people are a little scared to go outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
But there's so much to see and do even inside of the United States. Like, we live in a beautiful country. Out west is amazing. Like, our national parks really are spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, I challenge them to, try to go outside of Pennsylvania a little bit more. Yeah. Like, we do live in a beautiful world, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so you talked about some of the places that you've been to recently. Where's been your favorite place that you've traveled?
I get this question all the time. Where's my favorite place?
I believe it.
And it's such a difficult question to answer.
Okay.
Because everywhere is so different and offers, unique experiences, unique cultures. Like, it's such a difficult question. I don't know. I would say right now, some of my top favorite places have been Iceland. Iceland is amazing. Definitely a great destination. Croatia definitely is very high on that list. And Peru. Peru was really eye-opening. That was probably my first like real solo trip that I did by myself.
Okay.
And I was gone for 2 weeks by myself without anybody with me that I knew.
Yeah.
But it was, I met with a group. I went with a tour company. Everybody that was there was basically solo. There might have been one couple there. Oh, wow. Everybody else were solo travelers. So that trip specifically, doing the hiking that I did, saw Machu Picchu, like a wonder of the world. It kind of changed some things in me. Like, it made me realize that you can travel solo. Like, it was, sometimes people were scared.
Yeah.
But it gave me an opportunity to test myself and push myself out of my comfort limits. And now I love solo traveling. Like, it's kind of nice. Like, you kind of get up and you do your own thing. You don't have to plan what you're doing based on somebody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that one probably changed me the most, my trip to Peru.
Okay.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It sounds like it. Mm-hmm. And now you've got me thinking about making a solo trip to Peru as well. So
yes, it's something you should definitely consider.
Yeah. And so what would you say a benefit is to somebody that's looking to travel to go through you versus even going through, I'm not going to name drop any other major places, but what would some of the benefits be, and why should somebody choose Sweet Impressions Travel over any of the other travel agencies?
Honestly, I think it's just, I care. Like, me and Sharon, we're both very caring people. We are 100% committed to making your trip special. It's the personal service. Like, sure, you could go to a major, other travel agency, but you're just a number to them For us, you're more than just a number. You're a client, and we really do develop good friendships, and our clients feel like family. We have a huge repeat and referral rate. That's where most of our business comes from. And we get that because we care about your trip and we're here for you 100%. So if you call those places outside of business hours, you're going to get their recording. If you call or text us outside of our business hours, you're going to get us. So that makes a big difference for a lot of people. We are 100% here for everybody.
Yeah, that personal touch, I think, goes a long way, which is nice as well, because I know from even not just the travel side of things, but it's always a hassle when you are working with a company and you just never know who the point of contact is and if they change, and then you're now working with different people, and it seems like here it's where you're either going to be working with Annie or Sharon.
Correct.
And I can confidently say too, just from the brief time that I've known you, that you've got their back, whoever works with you. So no matter what would come up, any issues or anything, that you would make that the priority to make sure that whether they're already at the destination or whether they're still planning it, that everything goes as smoothly as possible and that they can just enjoy themselves, their time, family, if they're bringing family, and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we are 100% here for our clients. Like, this is what we do. This is the only thing we do. We both work full time. Yeah. So everybody gets our phone number directly.
That's great.
Yeah.
So that personal touch, like I said, goes a long way. So what would, and I asked you this earlier because I wanted to give you some time to think about it. What is, when it's all said and done, what do you want the lasting legacy or impression of Sweet Impressions to be?
So I just want our legacy to be that they were there for us, they helped us, and they feel confident enough to refer them or refer us to their friends and their family. Like, that's my legacy. I just want them to know that, yes, I use Sweet Impressions Travel. I'm happy that I did so. And here's their number, and you should call them for your trip. Like, honestly, I just want to be their go-to person. I want them to know that they should and can explore outside of this area. Like, it's a big world we live in, and it's a beautiful world, even if it's only in the US, or if you're really ready to explore Europe and beyond. Like, I just want them to know that we're here for them.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And how can people be following along on not just the business journey, but your journey with travel? Because I know just recently starting following you and seeing the pictures of your recent trips gives me the bug of, man, I should be going out too. So how can people follow along on your journey?
Sure. So they can obviously follow Sweet Impressions Travel on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
But they can follow me as well. It's Follow Annie's Travels. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And they can just also search for my name, and feel free to follow me on Facebook. It's Annie Schlegel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And we didn't talk about this before, but this actually just came to mind. There's something unique that you want to get started up pretty soon, right? Did you want to talk about that at all? Do you know what I'm referring to?
I don't know.
The podcast?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because I think that's something that excites me because of, I think that's a great thing for people that like to travel or looking to travel. I think that's huge. So I know you were talking about getting that started up. Do you want to share a little bit more about what people can expect when that gets going? Yeah.
So I am looking into starting a podcast, looking to have travel information, travel tips, what to expect while traveling, just to answer questions. If people even want a certain topic, they can feel free to send it in. But yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit more about certain destinations, or what it's like to travel on a cruise ship, or what it's like to travel on an expedition cruise, just different things like that, to help people better understand what it's like, just to kind of get them over the fear maybe of what it looks like to travel. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I think that will be something that a lot of people will be looking forward to listening to and hearing as well, because it's really great when you get to listen to somebody that has established themselves as an expert in a field, talking about it, giving insights. And I also think in like such a non-pressured way too, because of now they just get to, people can just listen and hear, and that can inspire those conversations and just really help. Because like we've talked about, people in Berks County love Berks County. Berks County's great.
Yeah.
But there's so much great outside of Berks County too. So being able to see and explore and getting that little bit of a gentle nudge of like, hey, it's okay. You can broaden your horizon a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a big world, and I just want people, I know sometimes people are itching or have questions or curious about what it is to go here or go there. I'm here to help them. Like Berks County is great. It's my home. I love Berks County, but I don't mind traveling either. It's nice to get out and see other things and different cultures, and you learn a lot. Like traveling really does like open up your eyes to new things. Like it's really interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Not really. I mean, I would just say, I'm here for people. If, they want to talk about a possibility, they can feel free to reach out and contact me. I'm here, definitely at Leo's Design Center. So give me a call, make an appointment, and let's chat.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time. And I will say to anyone that's watching and listening, if you have a vacation plan coming up, or if you got hit with the travel bug, definitely want to come to Leo Design Gallery, come see Annie, check it out, and let her give you the peace of mind and take the hassle away from your vacation. But
hey,
thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Crosstalk. I hope that today's episode left you feeling inspired and ready to take on your own journey. If you liked today's episode, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and drop us a like. It helps us reach more people just like you and helps us grow as well. And I'd love to hear what you think. So go ahead and drop a comment down below of what your favorite takeaway was from this week's episode, and let us know who you'd like to see on the podcast next. And you're not going to miss next week's episode, so stay tuned. I promise it's something special for you. So until then, remember that our community thrives when local business succeeds. Until next time.